Hey guys, welcome to Geekborn. So today we're talking about one of the greatest animated shows to ever grace the small screen and soon the big screen. Steven Universe from Cartoon Network. So it's I came into the show super late. We're talking season 5 was airing, almost done airing, more than likely around the time that I actually started watching the show. The I had friends that had, watched the show that were super into it. My little brother was super into it, and he even had the Gems, star for their door to go to their rooms on his bedroom, which even though I wasn't into the show, I thought it was cool, and I never had anything against the show, and knowing that it had a lot of lore and fan theories, I even was into and was looking into some of the fan theories about the show before I even hardly knew anything about it. I had a person I used to work with, coworker, could not think of the word. I used to talk about the show a lot. Was super interested, and I thought it was super cool that to hear about the show. So I figured I should sit down and take the time to watch the show at some point. And it took me until the show itself was almost over before I actually took the time to sit and watch it. You know, binge it essentially. Over the course of the time. So one of the first things that I really got to see was Steven Universe the movie. It was the first thing that came out like new for me since I started watching the show. So I guess 2 minutes in, spoiler warning, in case I talk about anything. If you're not caught up on the show, go watch the show. If you're not caught up, go watch the show if you haven't seen it. We're here to talk about something that I appreciate, and I think that's something that we should really, we should go out there and find the things that we appreciate, show our appreciation for them in whatever way that we have. I have this small YouTube channel with my 50 subscribers that I just hit. So, yeah, for me, for hitting 50, but, we're going through and we're showing our appreciation for Steven Universe today, and eventually we'll show our appreciation for more things in the future. All the geeky things here. Remember to comment your geeky things that you love down below to show your appreciation. But back to Steven Universe. I found the show late after everybody had been telling me to watch it. I eventually sat down, I watched it, started listening to all the songs, got my Spotify playlist. It's just a Steven playlist with all the Steven songs that I super enjoy from the show, the movie. And the movie, getting to see the knowledge, like the news of the movie was coming out, and being able to wait while everyone else was waiting on the show, talking about and theorizing what's going to happen along with everyone else, instead of just sitting there reading theories, after the show had already, aired and debunked those theories, or some of those theories were true. I remember reading a theory about Garnet being a fusion, which would have came out before the episode. We would have found out that Garnet was a fusion, but of course I had already, that was way after I started watching the show, and everybody already knew. They're like, oh wow, well, Garnet is a fusion between two gems. It's pretty common knowledge now, the show, but there was a time and a place where, we were still learning about so much, and we're still learning now. There's still so many things that we don't know about, and there's a lot of questions that probably will never be answered. We have 10, 11-minute episodes left of Steven Universe Future before the show is probably essentially just done. But we had the 5 seasons of the original show, the movie, and then this epilogue series, but it's really just, this is Steven dealing with, human things that he has to deal with. The friends leaving and possible loved ones, moving away or, you know, leaving entirely. It's a lot to deal with whenever you're, you know, a kid's show. Um, Obviously, Steven's around 16, I think, around the time that this thing would usually start to begin to happen, if not have already happened, if you had friends that, you know, had to move because of parents' jobs or something along those lines. Steven's really starting to learn, you know, not everything is going to be the same forever. He's dealt with a lot as a kid growing up, and he's only dealt with more as he's gotten older, and now he's dealing with things that everyone has to deal with. With these powers, though, tied to his emotions, it's making it very hard, especially learning the more about his mom, even though he thinks he knows enough. When he first meets Volleyball and he finds out that she had a temper, and then as the series went on with Steven Universe Future, realizing that Steven's got a tad bit of a temper, and it's all familiar to him. Well, maybe not familiar to him, but it would be familiar to him also if he would have known Pink Diamond would have been treated a similar way, being the youngest, always looked after and protected. And now you've got Steven, who's the youngest gem, or the crystal gems, and being protected, and now that everybody knows who he really is, still having to be protected by these friends, and he's not the little Steven that we grew up watching anymore. He is, I mean, we watched him grow up almost over the course of 5 seasons. I mean, he's not the little kid with the cheeseburger backpack turning his fingers into cats. Not, and if he does, not necessarily in the way that he did then. He would be, you know, doing it for fun, for kids, and not for his own amusement. He's grown a lot and come a long way over, you know, the years that Steven's been around, and it's good to see cartoon characters grow and not just be stale. Cartoon doesn't have to be an everlasting money-making cycle for, you know, any big company. We can have cartoons that are, you know, like dramas that have a story and an ending. It doesn't have to be endless comedy for comedy's sake, and cartoons and colorful, you know, colorful colors and things that kids are just drawn to. There can be story and there can be substance to the things that we intake, and there usually is, even in the smallest amounts, and a lot of things that we love and appreciate in its own way. I'm just glad that I'm able to share my appreciation for such an amazing show. I'll be showing my appreciation, like I said, for other things here in the future. Please let me know what you appreciate down below. Go out and share your appreciation however you can. Whatever you appreciate, just go find a way to show your appreciation. I mean, if it's My Little Pony or Gravity Falls or Steven Universe or Power Rangers or Star Wars or Disney, you know, or any other geeky thing you might be into, there's always a way, you know, just try to share it with somebody. There's always a way to share your love with someone else. And that's what we're doing here with you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, some of us are just born geeky. Like, comment, subscribe if I did not say that already. You know, we got more geeky videos coming soon. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.